Ryan, could you speak to how you get to the free throw line and what kind of tricks of the trade are involved in that?
I wouldn't say tricks of the trade. I would just say it's being aggressive. It really helps when I'm knocking down shots too, because then guys have to play me a little bit tighter. They got to run out at me a little bit longer, and I can get a little step on them, and then cause help to come over, or just the guy guarding me has to foul me. I don't know how many free throws I shot tonight, but how many? 13. Yeah, once I hit a couple shots, they were really uptight on me.
Ryan, can you think of a time prior to tonight, probably it would have been in high school, when you scored more than 20 points without making a two-pointer?
I don't think I've ever done that, honestly.
4 threes, 12 free throws tonight.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that, even in high school.
How early in that game did you figure out that you'd had an advantage and that you could force them to foul you?
I don't know. I saw the first two go in, and then I kind of forced. Then I saw the third one go in, and I kind of forced up the fourth one. And I went to the bench. I was like, they're really kind of all over me. I got to look to drive when I get the ball. And sure enough, next time I got the ball and drove, and they fouled me, or I got the guy in the air the one time and he hit my arm on the three. So, they were on high alert, trying to run me off the line, and then I realized that and took advantage of it.
After all that you all have experienced, what was that locker room like?
Just relief. Dwayne looked over at me and said, "We can't let this happen again. Come on, man, we have to close this game out." And it's kind of all I was thinking about at the line, just do what you do every day, make some free throws. But we've had some tough losses, both last year, to close the year out, and this year to start off. So it felt really good to get that W.
Ryan, what was different tonight than maybe those games in New York?
I think we did the little things a little bit better, especially down the stretch. We were kind of doing them in the beginning of the game, and we had a pretty comfortable lead, not too big, but we kind of stopped doing those little things for a little bit, and they crawled back into the game, blowing defensive assignments, not blocking your guy out, and of course it goes to that guy, little things like that, and just kind of dug our feet into the ground and during crunch time, and made sure we did those little things a little bit better.
Tom Izzo was in here a couple minutes ago and described your range as unlimited. In your mind, if you have an open shot, how far out before you start to feel self-conscious?
It's pretty deep. I practice a lot of those shots every day, and I get pushed out further and further, and I've just worked on those shots since I've been in high school, and then once I get pushed out to a certain point, it's like, all right, this is so much space that I can take you off the dribble at this point. So that's when you saw me, kind of putting the ball on the ground and drawing fouls.
Ryan, there's such a thing as hitting clutch free throws, but when it goes on minute after minute that was a long stretch of clutch free throws. Yeah, could you talk about that?
When I go to the line, I just kind of try to do my routine every single time. Deep breath, walk up to the line, deep breath, dribble, deep breath, knock it down. I do it every day in practice. We shoot 100 free throws in the morning of game days. I just try not to think about the moment too much, try not to think about other things, just kind of doing my routine. And sure enough, it goes in more than it doesn't.
Kept on going, too.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
Yeah. I missed that one, which I'm frustrated about. I don't know what went wrong on that one. But luckily I was able to knock down the other ones.
At what point did you kind of start thinking like, oh, this is kind of like deja vu, you realize they're starting to catch up? Was it just when Dwayne said that to you at the very end, or at what point were you like, oh no?
Honestly, anytime there was I looked up at the clock and it was a 2-3 point game with, less than 4 minutes on the clock, I kind of have that deja vu feeling. It's kind of Murphy's Law. Anything that can happen will happen. And, really bad taste in my mouth just from last year and a couple games to start this year. So I was just doing anything I could not to let that happen again.
If you take 100 free throws today, how many did you miss, and what's the best day you've had out of 100? I missed 4 today. I was 96 for 100. I forget who was rebounding for me, one of the managers, but the best I've ever done is 99 out of 100. I'm still looking for that perfect 100. Right. Something from my mind probably wanders off for one free throw or something. I mean,
Ryan, what's the mindset when you and Quan are going back and forth, offense to defense? What's your mindset at that point?
Yeah, I try not to think about like, oh, they don't want me in on defense. I just try to think like, when you are in, like, impact the game as positively as you can. Like, don't think about, oh, they're taking me out. Oh, now they're putting me back in just for offense. Like, I don't care. I mean, when I'm in, I'm going to try to do the right thing and impact the game the best I can. So, I mean, I'm not dumb. I know Quan's a quicker guard than me. He's a better defender. So, I'm working on my defense every day, but I don't feel any shame in them taking me out and putting a better defender in, because we're playing to win.
You heard from Dick Vitale tonight?
Honestly, my phone's been blowing up. I haven't. I'll probably talk to him tomorrow. He'll give me a call, or I'll give him a call. He's a great guy, a great friend. So, I'm sure he was pumped if he hasn't seen the game, but I'm sure he will be. When he catches the ESPN.
Going back to going in and out with Quan, does it give you a moment though to kind of think about what you're going to do next and?
Yeah, it's the same kind of concept as like me not starting. I kind of like not starting. I get to see how the other team's playing things. I get to see, what they're doing, what they're not doing, what we're doing, what we're not doing, and kind of go in there and impact the game and change it. And when I'm out getting ready to go back on offense, it kind of gives me a second to take a deep breath and kind of visualize, like, when I get in there, I'm going to be strong with the ball. I'm going to knock these free throws down, and I'm going to help us win. Positive self-talk, that always helps.
Great, thanks, Ryan. We'll have Quan in here shortly.
Thanks.